Hello everyone, it's Steve from Wrestling One, and today I'm gonna talk about what happened at NXT TakeOver Wednesday. First match on the card was Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic final between Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai versus Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. Start of the match was a clear domination from a powerhouse in Big Mami Cool. After Raquel tags Dakota in, Shotzi and Ember start working on her and take advantage in the matchup, focusing on her left knee. For a couple of minutes, Ember was dominating Dakota on the ground before Dakota managed to tag Raquel in. Gonzalez started dominating, throwing opponents away, and was just a one-woman wrecking crew. After Dakota tags in, Shotzi tries to get rid of Raquel, but Gonzalez manages to counter the Hurricane Rana by powerbombing Shotzi into the plexiglass. Dakota and Raquel started dominating Ember before former NXT Women's Champion managed to take out both opponents. She performed the Eclipse on Raquel, but Dakota came into the ring, distracting the referee and giving Big Mami Cool time to kick out at 2. After Ember tries to get Dakota in the ring, Raquel attempts to powerbomb her, but Shotzi Blackheart performs a dropkick from the top, but it was not enough for Raquel, who kicked out at 2. Raquel tags in Dakota, while Ember tags in Shotzi, and Shotzi starts dominating Dakota before Captain Kick manages to tag in Raquel. Shotzi goes to the top rope with Raquel, performs sliced bread from the top, but Dakota breaks the pin. Ember and Shotzi take out Dakota outside of the ring with the assisted crossbody. After that, Ember goes for the crossface on Raquel, but Dakota comes in and breaks the hold with a bicycle kick. Dakota and Shotzi tag in. Dakota performs a Canadian Destroyer, but Shotzi was able to kick out. Raquel goes in. She and Dakota perform assisted GTK, but Ember breaks the pin. Raquel, furious about it, throws Ember over the top rope to the ramp entrance and later throws her off the stage. Shotzi picks up some momentum on her opponents, but gets immediately stopped after trying a diving senton on these two. Raquel goes for the powerbomb. She and Dakota both pin Shotzi. 1, 2, 3, and we have first ever Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners. Great opening for the show, one of the best women's matches in the recent memory. My rating for this match is 4 stars. We're going to the second match, which was the North American Championship match between Johnny Gargano and KUSHIDA. Before Johnny's entrance, Dexter Lumis kidnaps Austin Theory from behind. Johnny sends Candice and Indy to find Austin while he fights KUSHIDA with no backup. From the beginning of the match, we can see that this match is going to be a very technical match, with both wrestlers staying on the ground for a couple of minutes, with KUSHIDA controlling the ground for the most of the time. They get up from the ground, quickening the pace of the match by exchanging reversals before KUSHIDA tries to lock in the crossface, but Johnny managed to get to the ropes. Johnny picks up the momentum by driving KUSHIDA into the steel steps. KUSHIDA counters Johnny by locking in the armbar outside of the ring and performing a chicken wing suplex on the outside. KUSHIDA tries to focus on Johnny's left arm by first a dropkick and then going to the ground again. KUSHIDA picks Johnny up, but Johnny counters him, throwing him into the turnbuckle and then throwing him to the apron with the back body drop before performing a neckbreaker on the second rope. Johnny starts controlling the matchup for some time, focusing on KUSHIDA's neck. Finally, KUSHIDA counters a submission from Johnny with the octopus hold. Both men exchange pins before they both go down by simultaneous clotheslines. After they get up, KUSHIDA controls the matchup before Johnny responds with some punches, but KUSHIDA manages to perform a German suplex on Johnny and a kick to the face before Johnny kicks out at 2. KUSHIDA throws Johnny outside of the ring wants to go for the suicide dive, but Johnny counters him with a slingshot spear, which Kushida counters with a roll through and a hammerlock suplex with the bridge. We've got 1, we've got 2, and Johnny kicks out last second. Johnny thrown to the apron, counters Kushida with an enziguri and wants to go for the one final beat, but Kushida counters him with a punch before throwing Johnny into the middle turnbuckle. Kushida tries to lock in a hoverboard lock, but Johnny counters him with a twisting suplex from the top before going for the tornado DDT. However, Kushida managed to kick out at 2. Both try to get the control on the ground, with Kushida locking in the cross arm breaker, but Johnny counters with a pin before both go down with simultaneous punches. They exchange punches on the ground before getting up. Kushida goes for the handspring maneuver, but Johnny counters with a zigzag before locking in the Gargano escape. After some time, Kushida manages to lock in the hoverboard lock out of the Gargano escape. Johnny manages to get out of the submission. They exchange punches again, and Johnny throws Kushida into the second turnbuckle and both men are down. They fight in the corner close to the turnbuckles, with Kushida winning this exchange by throwing Johnny with a chicken wing suplex to the turnbuckle. They go to the top rope and Kushida manages to do a Spanish fly and make it to a cross arm breaker. Johnny manages to get his legs to the ropes for a rope break. Kushida keeps on locking in the submission outside of the ring before Johnny drives him into the barricade. Kushida punt kicks Johnny's left arm before going for another hoverboard lock. Johnny counters by driving Kushida's neck into the top rope. Johnny performs a one final beat on the entrance ramp, and then Johnny proceeds to go for another one final beat, now inside the ring, which he connects. And we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3, and Johnny Gargano beats Kushida fair and square in the ring with no help. That was a very good matchup, a very technical, and my rating for this match is 4.5 stars. We're going to the third match on the card, which was the Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Final between MSK and Grizzled Young Veterans. Before the match started, Zach Gibson trash-talked MSK, saying that they are not gonna win. Gibson and Carter started the matchup with some technical wrestling from the Englishman. GYV dominate Nash Carter on the ground before Carter picks up the momentum, finishing his sequence with a springboard corkscrew crossbody. Wesley tags in, controlling Drake. Zach Gibson comes in, but Wesley does not stop and takes them both out. With Gibson and Drake outside of the ring, Wesley goes for the over-the-top rope handspring suicide dive and takes them both down. Nash Carter uses Wesley as an elevator to fly over the top rope to take out James Drake, but Zach Gibson went out of the way, and after Carter took his partner out, he attacks him from behind to take advantage. Grizzled Young Veterans with the control on Nash Carter. Carter tries to fight off with Drake and Gibson and manages to suplex Drake. He tries to go for attack to Wesley, but Zach Gibson from behind grabs Lee's leg. Lee fights him off. Gibson comes into the ring. Lee tries to chase him, but referee stops Wes. GYV go for the dropkick STO combination, but Carter kicks out at 2. James Drake dominates Nash Carter on the ground for a couple of minutes. Carter tries to fight off GYV, but he fails. Gibson tags in. Grizzled Young Veterans tries to take out Carter, but he slides under them and makes attack to Wes Lee, who takes out their opponents. Lee goes for a tope con hilo over the corner turnbuckle, taking out both opponents. He throws Gibson into the ring, performs a handspring Pele kick, but Zach kicks out at 2. Drake stops Lee's momentum by throwing him out from the top rope, but he regains it and manages to tag Carter in. They take out Drake in the corner before Carter unleashes on Gibson. He goes for the Rainbow Cutter, but Zach Gibson kicks out at 2. MSK wants to go for the finisher, but Gibson manages to get out of Carter's hold. Wesley goes for a handspring Pele kick, but Gibson counters. Gibson tags Drake in. Gibson goes for the Helter Skelter. Drake performs a 450 splash. 1, 2, and we have a kick out from Wesley. Gibson tags in. Grizzled young veterans go for electric chair double team, but Wesley counters, goes for a roll up on Gibson, but Drake breaks the pin. Gibson throws punches to Lee. Drake tags in. GYV wanted to go for Ticket to Mayhem, but Nash Carter saves the day for his team. They proceed to go for the assisted standing moonsault on Gibson. Wesley performs a poison rana on Drake. MSK go to the top rope. Carter goes for the Swanton bomb. Lee goes for the corkscrew Swanton bomb, but Drake kicks out at 2. MSK wants to go for a finisher, but Gibson pulls the second rope and Lee goes through it. Gibson with Lee on the electric chair waits for Drake. Drake goes for the suicide dive clothesline on Lee and connects it. With Carter alone in the ring, GYV wants to go for Ticket to Mayhem, but Carter tries to fight him off. But GYV goes for the powerbomb backstabber combination, taking him out. We have 1, we have 2, and Nash Carter kicks out at 2. GYV proceed to go for Ticket to Mayhem again, but Wesley saves the day. MSK go for simultaneous super kicks on GYV. MSK go for the finisher, connected 1, 2, and 3, and we have MSK winning Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Definitely best match so far on this card, at least in my opinion. I'm rating this match 4.75. We have another matchup on our way, and it is a triple threat match for the NXT Women's title. Before Alicia Taylor managed to announce the match, Mercedes Martinez attacked Io Shirai and then went for Toni. Io comes back attacking Mercedes. She throws out Martinez and takes on Toni in the ring. She goes for the flapjack before dropkicking Mercedes Martinez out of the apron, then goes for the double stomp on Toni, controlling the matchup. Toni counters Io, gaining momentum with a big boot on Shirai, but Mercedes from the outside grabs Toni and performs a swinging neckbreaker on Toni on the outside. Io proceeds to go for the springboard moonsault to the outside, but Martinez moves out of the way and throws Shirai over the barricade. Mercedes dominates Storm inside the ring. She wants to pay tribute to Great Late Eddie Guerrero, but Storm counters a third amigo, driving Martinez towards Io Shirai, who was on the top rope. The Japanese star goes for a missile dropkick, then double knees to the corner. She wants to go for another one, but Toni Storm gets in her way with the big bossman slam. She proceeds to go for the hip attack on Io, then goes after Mercedes, but Martinez gets up and performs a spinebuster on Toni, but Storm kicks out at 2. Mercedes goes for the submission hold on Toni, but Io breaks the hold with a dropkick to Martinez. And then manages to go for a crossface on Toni, but from behind, Mercedes goes for the sleeper hold on Shirai. She gets up and takes her out with a suplex. She goes for the big boot on Shirai, but Io moves out of the way, performing a 619 on Martinez, then missile dropkick, taking out Martinez and getting her outside the ring. Shirai wants to go for a dive from the top to Martinez, but Storm stops her and tries to go for the superplex, but Mercedes Martinez pushes Io from the top to the outside and goes after Toni, performing an avalanche German suplex on Storm. Io out of nowhere gets to the top where Martinez is. She performs a double stomp on the hanging Martinez. Martinez rolls outside. Io focuses on the powerhouse. Martinez manages to counter Io and drives her with a fireman's carry through the plexiglass. Toni Storm comes from behind and takes out Martinez. Toni wants to tear apart the announcer's tables, but it breaks. Yeah, Botchamania alert. Toni wants to go for Storm Zero on Martinez, but she counters with a DDT on the outside. In the meantime, Io Shirai gets on the top of the pole next to the announcer desk and takes both of her opponents with the crossbody. Mercedes and Io get up first, and Martinez drives Shirai into the steel steps. Martinez and Storm get into the ring, and Martinez goes for the running knee on Storm, then she goes for 3 more knees. Martinez connects the Fisherman Buster, but Toni kicks out at 2. Martinez wants to finish the matchup, but Toni manages to get out of the fireman's carry and headbutts her opponent. Then Toni manages to perform Storm Zero on Mercedes. 1, 2, and we have a kickout from Martinez. Storm goes to the top and performs a flying headbutt. She proceeds to cover Martinez, but Io breaks the pin from the top with a moonsault. She covers Martinez and retains the title with a 3 count. It was a pretty good matchup, but it was the worst one out of all so far. And I'm rating this matchup a 3.75. After the match, we found out that Eli Drake signed with NXT. We actually found it out on the pre-show, but I didn't watch pre-show. And by the way, his name in NXT is not going to be Eli Drake, it's going to be LA Knight. And we are going to the main event for the NXT Championship. Balor and Dunne in the first seconds of the match go into the clinch, but they stop it and go to the ground with Balor in a better position. They get up, but Balor still wants to go for the ground, and he goes to the ground and controls the matchup. Even the monkey flip from Pete Dunne didn't stop Balor from going for his left arm. Balor dominates the ground for the first minutes of the match until Dunne gets out of the headlock. From now on, the Englishman is in control of the ground, but actually not for so long as Balor gets out of the headlock. Dunne with the shoulder shots to the jaw of Balor near the ropes. Balor drives Dunne towards the turnbuckle, but Dunne with Balor under his crotch goes for the finger snap on the Irishman. Balor with the back body drop attempt on Dunne, however, Dunne manages to roll him up and proceeds to headlock Balor with his legs. Balor gets out of it and tries to go for the submission hold, but Dunne counters and tries to go for the armbar. But Balor denies the attempt. Dunne locks the armbar with the finger bend on Balor, but Balor rolls free. Dunne controls the match on the ground by focusing on Balor's right shoulder and fingers. Balor stops Dunne's momentum by stomping on his foot and goes for the ground control on Pete Dunne. Balor focuses on the legs of Pete Dunne until Pete manages to get a hold of his own, being the guillotine. Dunne picks Balor up and connects the Falcon Arrow, but Balor kicks out at 2. Balor regains the control in the match by focusing on Dunne's legs. Dunne performs a Enzui-giri on Balor, but Balor gets up quick and performs a clothesline on Dunne, but the Englishman kicks out at 2. Balor goes to the ground again, proceeds to go for the STF on Dunne, but Pete Dunne breaks the hold and drives Balor's fingers to the mat. Balor is dominating the fight in the corner with a series of chest slaps. Dunne tries to fight off. He jumps to the top, but his knee gives up and he goes down, and Balor performs a dropkick on Dunne's knee. Finn goes for the reverse DDT elbow drop, but Dunne counters with a hip toss and a forearm smash. Balor goes for the Pele kick, but Dunne catches his ankle, unleashes a series of stomps to the face, then a headbutt and a powerbomb for a 2 count. Dunne regains the control of this match, focuses on Balor's left shoulder, performs a German suplex, and stomps Balor's fingers before the Irishman counters a knee strike from Dunne with a chop block. Balor connects the reverse DDT elbow drop, follows it with the running dropkick, goes to the top for coup de grace, but Dunne counters the coup de grace and goes for the triangle lock. Balor manages to reach the ropes with his leg, but in the process he passes out. Dunne wants to go after Balor, but referee pulls him away from him. Referee lets Dunne go. The Bruiserweight goes for the bitter end, but Balor counters, wants to go for 1916, but Dunne blocks it. Then Dunne goes for the finger snap, but Balor counters it with an abdominal stretch. Dunne breaks the hold and snaps Balor's fingers. Balor regains the advantage, stomps on Dunne's head. Dunne counters a stomp and low blows Balor with Balor's hand. It was all legal. Connects the bitter end and we have a 2 count. Dunne jumps on Balor's fingers twice, kicks him in the head and proceeds to go for the powerbomb, but Balor counters with a DDT. Balor was going for the running dropkick, but Dunne counters with the Enzui-Giri. Balor follows it with a Pele kick and Dunne follows it with a kick to the back. Dunne is going for the second bitter end, but Balor counters it with inverted 1916. 1, 2 and we have a kick out by Dunne. After the kick out, Dunne is holding on to Balor's fingers. They get up. Dunne goes for the finger snap, but Balor stomps his ankle. But Dunne snaps the fingers anyway. Balor does a double foot stomp to the back of Dunne. Balor rips out Dunne's mouthpiece out of his mouth and connects the running dropkick to the face. Follows it by coup de grace from the top. Goes for a 1916 and connects it, and this match is over. Finn Balor retains the NXT Championship. This was a great technical matchup. Slow at the start, but they picked up the pace in the end. They focused on the storytelling in this match and it made this match a beauty. My rating for this match is 4.75 stars. After the match, we saw Finn Balor doing his signature Prince pose on the entrance ramp, but he got attacked from behind by Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. Dunne, Burch and Lorcan attack Balor. The referee tries to pull them off, but gets taken down. Finally, the Undisputed Era comes out to help Balor. Dunne, Burch and Lorcan escape from the ring with the Undisputed Era and Finn Balor in the ring. Kyle O'Reilly helps Finn get up from the ground. They shake hands. The Undisputed Era do their hand sign and Finn Balor does his pose, but all of a sudden Adam Cole super kicks him in the face. Kyle argues with Adam for super kicking Finn, while Roderick tries to pull off and cool Adam's emotions. After all, Adam Cole Bay super kicks Kyle O'Reilly and leaves the ring. Roderick Strong stays in the ring confused at what just happened, and that's how NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day ends.